Hey everybody, I'm Micheal Cowart. Everybody knows boats are expensive, and protecting your investment is one of the smartest things you can do as a boat owner to keep yourself out in the water and stay out of the shop. So today we'll be installing the Gator Guard KeelShield to help protect the underside of your boat, one of the most vulnerable parts of your boat. And one of the first things you're going to do is get everything you need together and make sure you have all the tools ready for installation. You're going to want some rubbing alcohol, some masking tape, some paper towels, a wax pencil or a crayon, some gloves to keep the oils from your hands off the boat, and your KeelShield. So before we begin the install, we're going to want to lay out the KeelShield, roll it out flat, make sure it gets rested and straightened out. And we're also going to want to make sure that it's at least 70 degrees outside, and any damage you have to your hull, if you already have scratches and deep gouges and gashes, you want to make sure those are repaired before you install the KeelShield. Once you unroll your Gator Guard to get it laid flat, you'll see that it comes with a scuff pad, a squeegee, and some adhesion promotion wipes. So while our KeelShield's laying flat, now is a good time to find our water line. So you're going to grab your crayon or your wax pencil, find your water line, and on this boat you can see, since it's not super clean, we got a little line right here, and we're going to go 6 to 9 inches above that water line and mark. Now that we've marked our starting point, we're going to get ready to mark the area that we're going to scuff and then clean before we put our KeelShield on. To do this, it's definitely nice to have an extra set of hands, so I'm going to have my buddy Corey get down there and hold it up while I tape the area around the KeelShield. So we put a little piece of tape up here to make it a little easier on Corey and hold up the end. But we're just gonna put the tape around the perimeter just to mark the area that we're gonna get ready and prep for installing the KeelShield. Now that we have our area marked off, we're getting ready for the most important part, and that's cleaning the area that we're gonna be installing our KeelShield. You have to use isopropyl alcohol. There's no substitute, you have to use this. We're gonna put it on a paper towel and clean the area that we're gonna get ready to scuff up. So with the tape here, that's gonna make it easy and we're not gonna do any extra work. We're just gonna go through the whole taped off area and make sure it's nice and clean before we move on to the next step. All right, so now our surface area is perfectly clean. Our paper towel doesn't have any dirt on there, which means we've removed all the dirt from the bottom of the boat, and now we're ready to scuff up the area. When you're scuffing up the area, it's just light pressure. And if you have any large paint chips or anything coming off, then you want to go through with a fine grit sandpaper and remove those. But in our case, we don't have that, so we're just going to lightly go across the taped off area, just enough to remove any of the gloss. Now that we've scuffed the area, we're going to go back through with the alcohol, just like we did before, to clean the area and remove any dust that might be left over from scuffing up the area. So now that we've cleaned our area back off after scuffing with the alcohol and the paper towels, we're going to move on to step 3 and use these activator wipes, and you want to have gloves on for this. The wipe evaporates really quickly, so you want to unfold it as you're moving down the marked area. That way you don't lose all the chemical by it evaporating too quickly. You want to try and stay inside the taped off area with this. If you do accidentally leave the taped off area, you want to go through with the alcohol again and clean off wherever you might have gone past the tape. So now that it's set for 5 minutes, we're ready to remove our tape from earlier, and we're gonna start pulling that off. So now we're ready to actually install our KeelShield. So on the front side, you can see there's 7 ribs to the middle, and we've marked that with a crayon so we know exactly where it's lined up with the keel. And on the back side, it's divided into 3 sections. We're gonna remove about 1 foot of the protective backing on just the middle section, and we're gonna start there. Using that crayon to mark the 7th rib makes it really easy to make sure you're lined up straight, and you don't wanna touch any of the prepared surface or the adhesive. Now that we've got that stuck on, I can go ahead and move to the underside of the boat. All right, so now we're gonna just make our way down making sure we're keeping that middle 7th rib right on the keel of the boat, and just work our way slowly toward the back of the boat. It's important to take your time and be precise while you're doing this, because once you stick the adhesive to the boat, you don't wanna take it back off and try and adjust. So now that we've got our middle part stuck onto the middle of the keel, we're gonna peel off one side, you can pick either side and start to apply the adhesive to the hole. And we're gonna work our way down the boat, but work from the center out. That way we keep any air bubbles from forming in the adhesive. We're gonna take our time here just like we did before and go about a foot at a time, small sections. We're gonna make our way all the way down the hole and then repeat this on the other side. Now that we have our KeelShield on and we've installed both sides, now we're gonna go through with our squeegee and apply pressure to all the grooves as well as on the ridges and make sure that the adhesive is evenly applied to the whole of the boat. So now I'm going through section by section, applying pressure to the grooves. And you need to put a lot of pressure, make sure you get that adhesive down nice and strong. And we're gonna do this down the whole length of our KeelShield. And then once I get through with the grooves, I'm gonna come down and applying a lot of pressure to the ridges. Make sure we got the whole surface area down nice and smooth. All right, now we've got our KeelShield installed. There's no air bubbles, everything's on there nice and tight. We've gone over it with the squeegee to make sure that all the adhesive is smoothly on the surface of the boat. And this boat spends its time on the trailer. It's not stored in the water. So we're gonna opt out on putting any marine grade sealant around the edges. But if you are somebody who stores your boat in the water, we definitely recommend that you choose to put a little sealant around the edges. And if you do that, make sure that you follow the instructions on the sealant and give it time to cure. But for now, we're ready to roll. Our KeelShield's installed and we're ready to hit the water.